Welcome to War and Other Poor Decisions, the YouTube channel where history's worst ideas get the sarcastic spotlight they deserve. Today's episode kicks off our Borgia binge. Yes, the infamous Renaissance power family known for scheming, poisoning, and probably inventing the phrase, "keep it in the family." And in this episode, we've got a Cardinal's very NSFW garden party, a papal side hustle that turned salvation into a theme park attraction, and the Vatican's own version of The Bachelor, if the only contestant was the Pope's teenage mistress. Let's rewind. Act 1. Rodrigo's Wild Garden Party. It's 1460 in Siena. Rodrigo Borgia, future Pope Alexander VI, is just 29 and already a cardinal. And what does a young, ambitious man of God do in his free time? If you said, throw a co-ed rager, congrats, you know the Borgias. This wasn't just a get-together. According to Pope Pius II, who was so scandalized he wrote a letter about it, Rodrigo threw a party where only women were invited. No men. Just Rodrigo, some priests, and a whole lot of ladies. Pius II didn't hold back. "We are more angry than we can say. We blush to have such things reported of a cardinal." Rodrigo responded by saying essentially, "Yeah, okay, but not everything you heard is true. We call that a non-denial denial. And while we don't have video evidence, thank God for that, we do know the event was considered so scandalous, Rodrigo had to be publicly scolded, which, in 15th century papal terms, is the equivalent of getting grounded by God. Act 2. The Holy Door Scam. Fast forward a few decades. Rodrigo's now Pope Alexander VI, and he's ready to turn the Vatican into a revenue stream. Enter the Holy Door. This was a literal door in St. Peter's Basilica that had been bricked over. Alexander had it ceremonially unsealed and charged pilgrims a fee to walk through it, like a spiritual Disneyland fastpass. Only available once every 100 years. Limited time only, get your sins forgiven and your wallet lightened. This door, by the way, had never been used before. He just decided it was holy now. Boom. Instant relic. Pilgrims came in droves, money poured in, and the Pope probably slept very well on his bed of indulgence cash. Act 3. The Vatican's First Lady. But we're not done. Let's talk about Giulia Farnese, Rodrigo's mistress. Emphasis on S. She was young, married, and by 1493, very much living in the Vatican Palace, like in the Pope's actual residence. People called her the Bride of Christ, which even for the Renaissance was a little on the nose. And here's where it gets more Borgian. Her brother, Alessandro Farnese, was suddenly made a cardinal. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. Giulia stayed at the Vatican for years, wielding influence like she was born for it, because apparently being the Pope's mistress was less of a scandal and more of a career opportunity. Wrap up. So today, we covered a Cardinal's NSFW garden party, a pay-to-pray salvation scam, and a teenage mistress who practically ran the Vatican. The Borgias, like a Renaissance reality show with no filter and all the power. Like period. Subscribe and join us for the next round of ecclesiastical mayhem when we dive into a dinner party involving chestnuts and maybe an orgy. Stay heretical, my friends.